ages, the whole personal computer complex was stuck in the penalty box, especially the makers of commodity computing components, because nearly everyone was convinced that the PC had peaked and entered into a period of secular decline. But in the last 6 months, this group has caught fire, and there's no better example of this newfound strength than the two major hard drive makers, Seagate and Western Digital, which have been rallying almost nonstop since May, as we said at the top of the show. And the epic move here isn't just because personal computers are selling better than people had feared. In fact, when it comes to Western Digital, WDC, the PC recovery, I'm telling you, it's just icing on the cake at this point, because this is a company that's been working aggressively to change its stripes. Western Digital has made a major move into the data center. After all, these warehouses are full of servers, need a ton of storage. And the company's also been trying to move up the stack. Industry speak, meaning that they're transitioning from traditional product-based sales to a more consulting-style solutions-type business for the data center. Boy, that's much more lucrative profit margins. Most importantly, though, Western Digital diversified beyond hard drives a little over a year ago, when the company announced it was buying SanDisk. It was a brilliant acquisition for flash memory, nearly $16 billion, a deal that closed 7 months ago. This allows the company to offer semiconductor-based flash storage in areas where their disk drive technology had been losing ground. Plus, they also have the ability to push SanDisk products to the enterprise. In short, this is not your father's Western Digital, which, by the way, at one point, my hedge fund owned 4.9 of when it was my father's Western Digital, something management made abundantly clear when it reported a much better than expected quarter late October, and then dramatically increased its guidance for the next quarter just last week at the company's terrific annual Investor Day. Look, many think that this may be the ultimate inexpensive play on the Internet of Things. No wonder the stock has nearly doubled from its May lows, although even up here, it's only trading at 8 times earnings. So can the stock keep climbing? Well, this is an exciting guess, I got to tell you. Let's check in with Steve Milligan, the transformative CEO of Western Digital, get a better sense of his company's major changes. Wow, Mr. Milligan, I've been waiting to have you on forever because you have reinvented the Western Digital that I know and loved in another era. Tell me, what is the overview of the trends that's really driving the company?
Well, the biggest thing, Jim, is it's really about two things I'll talk about. One is obviously the dramatic growth in data that we've seen, frankly, in our personal and professional lives, whether that be in terms of medical applications, home applications, machine learning, artificial intelligence, a number of different things. And so our whole platform has been premised on how can we capitalize from a business perspective on that substantial growth in terms of data. And then you really alluded to the second thing. I mean, I joined the company in 2002. We were a $2 billion company. We were essentially break even. And our stock was less than $4. And it's really about the ability of a company and a set of individuals, which I'm really proud to be the CEO of, to be able to transform from a technology, from a product perspective, from a capability perspective to enable us to grow and thrive into the future.
All right, so talk to me about the SanDisk acquisition, which we loved immediately because I know it was diversification, but it's given you much more than just flash.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's given us great technology. I mean, one of the things that's happening from a storage perspective, we view storage fundamentally as an enabler. It's not all about just storing data. It's how you generate that data. It's how you transform that data. It's how you generate value from it. And so we need the right technology base that enables us to develop the right kind of products that will evolve with that storage market. And so we really added a great amount of capability. And not only that, a great set of products that enables us to service, really, frankly, all the needs of our customers.
But you also said, I mean, some of the old technology is starting to perk up. I mean, I was surprised. I thought I'd given up on the PC. That was obviously wrong. And just general personal storage is a great business.
Absolutely. Now, one of the things I will caution you on, Jim, is that let's not get too overly exuberant about the PC market. We have to remember that not too long ago it was declining at double-digit rates. Now it's kind of stabilized. It's still, okay. We're still expecting it to decline into the future. But that stabilization has really helped to add kind of a base to our business that we can, we have other parts of the market that are growing. And we needed that part of the market that was shrinking to kind of shrink at a lower rate. Well, and that's really happened in terms of the PC market.
Well, it's shocked the rest of the stocks that are not as diversified as yours. Now, I know the Western Digital I like, always prudent balance sheet. I notice there's a lot of debt, something I should worry about?
Absolutely not. I mean, we've got really substantial cash flow generation. We're planning on deleveraging our balance sheet rapidly. We're also very committed to the dividend that we have for our investors. And so we're very confident and feel very good not only about our balance sheet, but our cash flow generations and our financials going forward.
Well, you're the first tech CEO that I can really ask directly about what's happening in Washington. President-elect Trump is not just a man who speaks, he acts, and he is clearly concerned about China. We're very concerned for the tech companies we follow that maybe there'll be retaliation. You have a lot of business in Asia. How do we either get our arms around this, or do we just accept this as a new risk factor to owning Western Digital?
Well, it's absolutely a risk factor for all of us in terms of the tech industry. We've got a substantial business in China. We have a lot of partners that we do business with. We have a good relationship with the regulatory authorities, which has taken us some time to be able to do that. I'm hopeful that the Trump administration will be, business oriented and understand that, it's really about how we can generate jobs here in the U.S., promote exports and that sort of thing. And hopefully we won't get into some sort of retaliatory actions that not only would be harmful for China, but frankly would be very harmful for American business and more importantly for American consumers. And so, it is a watch item. And so it's something that, we hope to engage in a dialogue with the administration. But for the time being, I'm optimistic. I'm an optimistic person by nature. And I'm hoping Trump, with his business background, will do the right things to really help improve our competitiveness and the competitiveness of American businesses going forward.
I certainly share that. We had one last thing. We had Digital Realty on the other day. It was Real Estate Investment Trust, probably the fastest growing data farm. They were talking about autonomous cars and the amount of storage that they have and how it's just a dramatic increase. What beneficiary for Western Digital?
Absolutely a beneficiary for us. I mean, basically, wherever there's data, that's where you're going to find Western Digital. I mean, not to sound a little bit corny, but I tell my kids, I said, look, Western Digital stores the world's data. And that's really what we want to do. We want to make sure that that data is secure, accessible, stored in a cost-effective way. But absolutely, anywhere you're going to find data, you're going to find Western Digital products.
Well, let's leave it there because I agree with you. I think your stock, as I said and say many a night, is much too cheap. Thank you so much, Steve Milligan, CEO of Western Digital. It's an honor to have you on, sir. What you've done to that company is fantastic.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay.
Great.
WDC, way too cheap. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.